Have you ever opened an Excel file full of formulas like some A1, B10 and thought, what on earth does this range even mean? In this video, I'll show you a powerful feature called named ranges, a tool that makes your formulas clearer, easier to understand, and much more professional. By the end of this video, you'll know how to create named ranges, how to use them in formulas, how to navigate your workbook with them, and how they improve spreadsheet readability. What is a named range? A named range is a custom name that you assign to a cell or a range of cells. Instead of referring to cells like A1, A10, you give them a meaningful name such as monthly sales. In this example, instead of writing equals sum B7, B12, you create a named range called monthly sales, and the formula becomes equals sum monthly sales. This makes the formula much easier to read and understand. How to do that? First select cells B7, B12. Then click inside the name box which is on the top left beside the formula bar. Type monthly sales, finally press enter. Why use named ranges? Named ranges help because they make formulas easier to read, reduce mistakes, help you understand models faster, make spreadsheets easier to maintain. Example in this section. Create a named constant called tax rate. Instead of writing equals B7 times 0.11, you write equals B7 times tax rate. How to create a named constant called tax rate. Go to Formulas, define name. In the name field, write tax rate, and it refers to write 0.11. Then enter in C7 equals B7 times tax rate. Copy down. If the tax changes, you only update the value once. How is this useful? In this example, I'll show you how without named ranges you're prone to errors and additional work. And in the next example, I'll show you the professional way using the named range. Let's take these two data sets, computer items and computer accessories. And we want to calculate the tax amount. Under computer items in C7, write equals B7 times 0.11, then copy down. Under computer accessories, in H7, write equals G7 times 0.11, then copy down. If the tax rate changes, I must update every formula manually in every table. This is slow and error prone. Now, the professional way using a named range. Under computer items in C7, write equals B7 times tax rate, then copy down. Under computer accessories in H7, write equals G7 times tax rate and copy down. Now if the tax rate changes from 0.11 to 0.15, I do this only once, by going to the name manager and changing it there. Both tables update instantly. No formulas edited, and it's safer and more professional modeling. How to create a named range, step by step. There are two simple ways to create a named range. Method 1, using the name box. Select the range, click the name box, type a name, press enter. Method 2, using define name, go to Formulas tab, define name, select the range and confirm. Few rules to emphasize on. You cannot use spaces when creating a name range. Instead, use underscores. The name range cannot look like a cell reference. Example A1. And finally, names are case insensitive. Where can we use named ranges? Even without advanced formulas, named ranges are very useful. You can use them in formulas, navigation, and data validation, like simple lists. Named ranges also make it easy to jump around large workbooks. Let's create a name range called the report header. Then anytime you select or type report header in the name box, Excel jumps to it instantly. Best practices, no advanced features. Key recommendations. Use clear names like sales 2024 or total expenses. Avoid overly long names. Stick to a consistent naming style. Review names in Name Manager. This improves spreadsheet clarity, especially when sharing files with others. The final and most important part in this tutorial is the centralized named range sheet. Now, here's a best practice that I personally use in most of my Excel files. Instead of spreading named ranges all over the workbook, I create a dedicated sheet called Named Ranges. This sheet becomes my control center, where I store constants like tax rates and also lists used in drop-down menus. The benefit is simple. Everything is in one place, easy to review, easy to document, and easy to update. Here's a simple dataset for this demo. I place all my fixed values or constant in the first two columns, column A for labels and column B for their values. To create a name range or define name, select A7, B7 and go to the Formulas tab, and under Define Names group, click Create from Selection. Repeat for others as needed. This allows formulas like equals B2 times tax rate instead of typing numeric values everywhere. As for drop-down lists, if they are kept as lists, when adding new names they won't update automatically. Therefore, I convert them into tables and use the prefix TBL underscore and the header of the table. Then I define a named range from the header row by selecting the table range, going to Formulas tab, Define Names group, Create from Selection. I check the top row and the name becomes, in this example, Employees. Now this list becomes dynamic since it's a table. Adding new names automatically updates the dropdown. By keeping all named ranges, constants, and dropdown lists in one sheet, I know exactly where everything lives. If I need to update the tax rate, change a department name, or add a new employee, I don't search the whole workbook. I just come here, update the value once, and everything that depends on it updates automatically. This highlights centralized documentation, fewer hidden values, easier collaboration, cleaner business models. This practice is especially common in finance and budgeting models, dashboards, ERP, accounting templates, and HR tracking sheets. If you ever share your file with others, this sheet becomes your single source of truth. Anyone opening the workbook can understand the logic immediately. Finally, named ranges may look like a small feature, but they make formulas easier to read, easier to audit, and much more professional. If you'd like a follow-up video with more real-world examples, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.